Hey guys. So continuing updating, I know it's been a few days, but it was a busy weekend for me. I'll get to that later. But to continue updating from surgery, um, Friday morning I woke up fairly early, and actually mom ordered breakfast for me and cut it up, but I fed myself, which was really good. Um, I was I was impressed with myself, and they were too. And um, just hung out in the hospital all day. My mom was there in the morning, and then my dad came, and then my grandmother came, and then my sister and my brother-in-law came, and then my brother, and then um, my dad again, I think. And then mom came and spent the night again. They were my people rotating throughout the day to be there with me. But I had some visitors. Betsy came again, which I thoroughly loved, and she gave me some delectable candy and a little gorgeous little wooden angel, and some really, I was gonna say smelly, but smelly's usually a negative term, so really good smelling lotion, which actually supports breast cancer research, which is awesome, and I use that a lot. So thank you, Betsy. And Luke came, and that was really awesome, and he got to meet my grandmother because she was sitting there in her rotation when he was there. So it was good to see him, and Luke, you owe me a beer when I turn 21. You told me to remind you. Just doing my job. Um, and who else came? Um, Sky Hartman came. Ooh, I'm not supposed to use last names. Sorry. Sky came, and she brought me sunflowers and some delicious snickerdoodles and this really tasty apple butter, like, jam stuff. It was a spread, and we put it on bagels and stuff when we got home, and it was delicious. It's almost like apple butter. Um, and a couple other people came. My nurses were awesome while I was there. I know that I've mentioned them a couple times, but I actually remember them really well. Jennifer was my nurse both nights that I was there, and she was awesome. And she has a gorgeous 4-month-old baby girl, who is just, oh, she's so adorable. Um, and she was really good to have, and it was good to have the same nurse, the same both nights. She was only there a portion of Thursday night, but then she was there all Friday night, which was awesome. It's good to have consistency. And then on Friday during the day, I had this awesome nurse named Andy. She was really cute, and really easy to get along with. The nurses make all the difference in the world, so I'll say that. Um, they can either make or break your day, essentially. I mean, if they're rude and snobby, they're gonna make you in a bad mood. But if they're happy and glad to be there, then, I mean, you're gonna be in a fairly good mood despite being in a hospital room. Um, so yeah, and then Tyshawn was my CRN Friday night, and he was hilarious. He sassed my mom before knowing that she was my mom, which, word to the wise, that's probably not the best idea. If any of you know my mother, I don't think you really want to mess with her. Especially, yeah. Anyways, so that was funny. And the first night it was Tony. Both of them are really great guys, and took really good care of me. So, thanks. Even though y'all probably won't hear that. I said thank you a lot in the hospital, though. So, but yeah, and so Friday we just kind of hung out, and I put some of my own clothes on. We realized that the pajamas that I bought, because this is one of the pairs that we have bought, and it's a button down, because I have to wear button down shirts. Like, that's pretty much all I can wear, because I can't do the whole put my arms up and through sleeves. So I have to pull them on and button them down. But the pajamas that we had bought weren't big enough on the top because of my drains. It makes everything like 2 times bigger. And so we had to get one of my dad's old shirts, and put that on. And I started walking around the hospital on Friday, just up and down the halls. They said the sooner I got on my feet and the sooner I got moving, the better and the faster I would heal. So I went with that advice and got on my feet and got moving. And Wyatt walked down the hall with me, and so did Dad, and Mom did too. I think at one point between Friday and Saturday, I was like walking at 2:30 in the morning or something. I don't know. I was on a really funky schedule. Um, and then Saturday, the whole thing all over again pretty much. Woke up fairly early, got breakfast and fed myself, and walked up and down a little while. My doctors came and saw me again, and they gave, well, one of my doctor's partners came because he was out of town. Anyways, they came and gave me the go-ahead to get out and go home. So they did their paperwork, and then the nurses started doing theirs, and I was home by 11. And it was awesome. It was better to be at home than to be in the hospital. It's always better to be at home than in a hospital. Although it was a little bit more difficult, there's a lot farther distance between where I sleep, which is here in this chair, and the bathroom, which is down the hall. And, food's not delivered to me on a tray and put on a table in front of me. I'm fending for myself. But yeah, and so we had a family dinner on Saturday night. Taylor and Michael actually had to go to Michael's grandfather's place, about an hour north of us, because he broke his hip on Friday. So that was wonderful. Cherry on the Sunday. Anyways, so they went up there that afternoon, and they came back in time for dinner, and we had a good family dinner, and it was awesome just, sitting around the table with my whole family and being home. It was just good. And then Sunday morning, Taylor and Michael left a little bit earlier than they had originally planned, just so that they could go and see his grandfather one more time before they hit the road to go back home for them. And my brother stayed all afternoon and even stayed for dinner, which was awesome. But I actually got to see quite a few friends on Sunday afternoon. It was a big day for me. Multiple people stopped by, like on their way out of town when they were going back to school. So I got to see Sydney and Ricky, Adam Stuckey and his... Oops. I'm not doing so well with these first names. Sorry, guys. Hope you don't mind. I got to see Adam and his mom, and his mom was actually diagnosed 3.5 years ago, and her case was very similar to mine, so we're in, good connection, I guess you could say. And I saw Jenny and Michael, and, oh dear. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I knew I should have written it down, I'm sorry. But yeah, so all in all, that surgery weekend was pretty good. It was busy, and it was good to get home. But I'm going to leave that video at that. I'm just trying to give y'all, like, the general play-by-play of my days thus far. But I'll have some more reflective pieces probably to write later on certain events throughout the time. But I just wanted to give y'all an update since I hadn't really talked to a lot of y'all. And I know that a lot of y'all are relying on this to be updated and to know what's going on. So I'm trying to do my best. And please, if you have any questions or anything, just leave them in a comment below, and I'll try and answer them in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.